Third stimulus check and third stimulus package. Big developments overnight as the details of the third stimulus check and third stimulus package are revealed in this channel with a pre-bill document obtained by this channel. It explains the provisions, whether it's $2,300 for adult dependents as a stimulus check or $1,400 as a stimulus check for single individuals. Then whether it's FPUC under a new item and a new time frame that people even thought was not an issue, or SSI, SSDI as a standalone bill. What's going on? Then there's free rent. There's $1,400 a week for home health care if you have to stay home because of the pandemic. Also, there's things like business loans and business grants to start new businesses. And there's a child tax credit. Moreover, there's money to go to college. What's going on here? There's so much deliciousness. I don't have enough $12 ice cream emojis for this. This is a major great recording of third stimulus check and third stimulus package. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I'm so excited for you because the third stimulus check and third stimulus package of Joe Biden is voluminous. It's a 30-page bill proposal which was obtained early on for anyone else by this channel. And in my detailing and go through the items, and the language of that third stimulus package bill, I saw there's a lot of deliciousness to be very excited about. Nothing at all like that press conference from last Thursday. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe because no one's going through details. No one's finding documents. No one's going through Joe Biden's documents and analytics more in detail than me and you. Also, like this video, consider becoming also a member by going to the front of this channel or the bottom of this pinned comment or the top of this video and hitting this join link, becoming a Purple Power member, Calcino VIP, or Purple Hawk. Let's go over what's happening in this video. In this video, I'll go over what is in third stimulus and why there's certain things left for the fourth and fifth stimulus packages. And what's the sixth and seventh? I don't kid you not. There are other stimulus packages. Why are they all separate? Why did no one tell us this? I told you this in October. Then I'll go over what are the provisions and why is some things simply just not yet defined. Then I'll explain to you why you need to be absolutely categorically excited about this third stimulus package. Because people got wrong information on Thursday and are still running with the wrong information. That's why I stay with me. It's got to make it right and make it tight. All right, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news is that Thursday, Joe Biden held a press conference. It was a hot mess expressed unto itself. He didn't say much of anything. What he said was often inaccurate, and it got a lot of people very negative. It also caused a lot of false rumors everywhere. Let's recap where we are today, though. Where we are today is that yesterday, I, for the first channel worldwide, delivered to you the details of the Joe Biden pre-bill proposal. It's voluminous. It's 30 pages long to pre-deliver you where he's going on a 6,000-page bill. It's not law yet. It's not bill yet. We got emojis for that. And why is that important? Because people heard things on Thursday and went and said, I'm done. Well, good luck because it's not bill yet. And in fact, what you heard on Thursday was actually inaccurate or left out the deliciousness or made you think that some things had been decided against you. Absolutely incorrect. Incorrect. So let's go over one item at a time. First, FPUC. FPUC is still on the plate because there is no definitive statement by Joe Biden in his pre-bill documents as to when, how much, or how often. First, what weeks will FPUC cover? He says, I'm not going to make a decision on that. I'm going to leave Congress to make that decision. I'm not going to make a decision about that. I'm going to leave Congress to make a decision. Moreover, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have a bill provision that will require only like a few little words if they want to come back in and do some fixing later on in a few weeks after the bill becomes law, because they may have to fix it again. Wow. So the claims that things were not retro is false. The claims that things were not going forward after certain weeks were false. He specifically says, I don't have an opinion about it. In fact, I do have an opinion that I want to leave it loosey-goosey because I want to change things as we need to change things to make sure we got it right. Great news. Next. $400 a week. Oh, it's etched in the stone. It's on a wall and a plaque. Also untrue. His actual bill proposal says, I don't have a real opinion about the number. I recommend $400, but I'll leave Congress to guess the number. Guess who's writing the bill? Guess who's introducing the bill? The woman who for 7 months said she's $600 or her way or the highway. So is it suddenly $400? Is it suddenly $400? No. So also really good news. FPUC remains in limbo. Now let me explain what this pre-bill document looked like. The pre-bill document basically attacks each of the items differently. Either is very specific, says I'm punting it to Congress to decide, or 3, I'm going to do sort of things my way and I'm going to see how it pans out. So sort of like I'm still dealing with it, but I'm still trying to figure it out. That's the hazard pay one in a second. So the one that is very specific is the stimulus check. The one that is punt kicking it is the FPUC. And the one that I'm sort of finessing it still is the hazard pay. Let's go over the hazard pay. The hazard pay says there's 2 types of hazard pay. This is why earlier today I made a list for you. Now you can make the list. You can get a pen and paper out, as I've been saying it for weeks. Make a list because this stuff is too convoluted to remember. I remember because this is what I do. I stay on camera and I record, but I even need a piece of paper. And so the paper helps me. So get a piece of paper out and write it out. If you're a member, you already have access to this paper. So the first thing when we talk about hazard pay is that there's 2 types of hazard pay. There's hazard pay for public sector, and there's hazard pay for private sector. Joe Biden says under public sector, he's going to send the money, $300 billion to state and local, and they're going to pay you public sector employees, basically frontline workers, fire, police, ambulatory, rescue, those type of things. That's pretty well defined. It's very, very clear. It's public sector, and it's $300 billion. We got that. So if that's not you, you work at a big box retailer, then which one are you? You're the second one. What does he say about the second one? This is the separate item on our list. Public sector hazard pay. What does he say for that one? He says, you know what? For public sector hazard pay, this is what I'm going to do. He says that during the pandemic, retail, notice the word retail, and grocery, notice the word grocery, he says have made a fortune, but have not paid hazard pay to their employees. And I don't think that's fair. Does that sound familiar? It does. That was what I was saying outside on the hazard pay videos, helping you all throughout last year when detailing the protests by unions. Joe Biden is a union guy. I support the unions as well. The unions have said, hey, we don't think it's fair that employers are employing our union members and not giving them bonus pay or hazard pay when we are frontline. One of the one story came out of Los Angeles yesterday said that some of the grocery stores here in Southern California are microcosms for super spreading COVID. That there was 137 new cases of COVID in certain supermarkets, which I don't want to name on camera. And that's what the allegations of the report claim by the union. So Joe Biden says, hey, if you are putting people at risk, you should be paying hazard pay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist their wrists by talking to the CEOs. He actually says, I'm going to talk to the CEOs. So talk to CEOs. That doesn't sound like a bill. What is that? What it sounds to me, as my prediction, it's not law yet, it's my opinion, is it sounds like he's trying to do what LA County is doing. LA County required grocery companies by law to pay hazard pay. So it sounds like he's going to reach out to certain industries, say, hey, you start paying hazard pay or I'm going to make it law. And he can make it law. So this is incredibly great news. This means you would not have to apply for hazard pay. It means it would be automatic. It would appear on your bank account, your weekly statement. It does have some things that exclude certain people. It does exclude independent contractors. It does look like it may not include every single walk of life, every single industry. But I don't know who are the eligible group because that's all he says about hazard pay. yet. It's not billed yet. Emoji, it's not billed yet. All right, so now let's turn to the stimulus check. The stimulus check has actually two numbers for it in the third stimulus package. There's actually two different types of stimulus checks. Confusing? Not really. Let me go over the two stimulus check amounts. Either $1,400 or $2,300. Let me explain why you don't hear the number it should be $1,400 or $3,200. Let me explain why you don't hear the number $3,400. Early in the week, Chuck Schumer said that the third stimulus package from Joe Biden will have a brand new $2,000 stimulus check. That would mean $1,400 plus $2,000 is $3,400 for single individuals, children, $3,400. AOC, when she heard the press conference on Friday from Joe Biden, said there should be a new $2,000 stimulus check, which would bring you to $3,400. Single individuals, married couples, you double that, children, $3,400. There is currently no $3,400 stimulus check in the third stimulus package because Joe Biden did not do what AOC said he should have done and what Schumer said he was going to do. Ultimately, I report the news. If they change their mind, they change their mind. I'm not writing their bill. But what Joe Biden did was he said, I'm going to give a $3,200 stimulus check to adult dependents and $1,400 stimulus check to single individuals, children. Why are they different amounts? Let me explain. The $3,200 stimulus check for adult dependents only is because he's giving you a $1,200 stimulus check from the first stimulus check package of March 2020, which he had not paid on. You have never received it. I told you it was a mistake. They admitted it's a mistake. They're now paying the $1,200 for adult dependents, and they're adding a $2,000 stimulus check on top of that for December to now. $3,200 stimulus check for adult dependents. Single individuals, $1,400. Why? It's the Cash Act. It's basically the Cash Act. $600 from last December, plus $1,400 to bring you to a total of $2,000. AOC has a problem with that language. She says, that's not total. This is supposed to be $2,000. It should be $2,000 plus the $600 which you got before. It should be a total of $2,000. Let's see if it gets revised. Again, $1,400 for individuals, $1,400 for children, double that for married couple, $2,800. Adult dependents, $3,200. All right, so now what else? SNAP increases would be increased for 6 months under the third stimulus package. So this is really great news. You're already getting SNAP increases for 6 months under the second stimulus package, January to June. Under the third stimulus package, you would get an additional 6 months of SNAP. That would be really great. What is SNAP? SNAP is free food. How do you get it? You reach out to the Department of Agriculture. How much is SNAP? Family of 4 in Hawaii, about $1,400. There would also be PEBT in there as well. Also, there's free internet, there's free childcare, and there is the extension of the eviction moratorium. What is the eviction moratorium? It's the CDC. Is it a different one? No, it's the same one. So if you already gone to the Center for Disease Control's website, printed out the CDC eviction moratorium, and given it to your landlord, you don't have to do it again. It's the same one. I don't particularly like that eviction moratorium. I wish it was a different one, but let's see if he changes it. Mortgage forbearance. That is new. Now, it's not the way I would like it either. Maybe he'll modify it. It's an it's a mortgage forbearance from to cover you to the end of the pandemic, so you cannot be foreclosed upon if you're a property owner. Why do I not like it? It's only federally backed mortgages. So if you have a privately backed mortgage, they can still foreclose. All right, so then there's some really good deliciousness that came out of nowhere in this bill. Paid sick leave of $1,400 of stimulus per week, up to. Insane. Okay, so let me explain what this is. If you work at a job and you get COVID, you have to stay home. Your job may not have paid sick leave. They just, do you have paid sick leave? Yeah, sure, we don't have that. Well, he doesn't think it's fair that you have to decide between staying at home or going to work. You should be paid to stay at home based upon your 2019 salary. So up to a $75,000 annual salary, he will pay up to $1,400 per week that you have to stay home because of COVID. Let me explain this even slower. So the benchmark is up to a $75,000 salary. So let's say you made half of that in 2019. Then instead of $1,400 per week, you get half of that, $700 a week. If you made $200,000 in 2019, you'll still only get the maximum, which is $1,400 a week. This is really, really great news. And of course, I'm going to hear the questions. Well, how about I had COVID last month, or I had COVID 2 months ago, I had COVID in 2020. Do I get that? Is it retro? Don't know. I do know it's $1,400 based upon a $75,000 maximum 2019 salary, paid sick leave. Next, student aid supplement. This came out of nowhere. It's incredible. A student aid supplement for approximately, it was like $1,200, $1,400 because they have additional financial burdens because of the pandemic. Not clear if it's a grant or a loan. It says student aid. So I don't know. I don't know which one it is. It doesn't say yet. Then finally, businesses. Business grant and business loan. Number 13 and 14 on our list. Well, the business grant and the business loan, really interesting because he doesn't use words. He doesn't use EIDL. He doesn't use PPP. The fact that he doesn't use it suggests to me it could be a new program. I hope it is. I do hope it is. I'm not a fan of PPP. I think EIDL's, had a lot of problems. It has had a lot of problems. That's why I'm here. So the fact that he doesn't mention EIDL and PPP suggests that maybe it's something new. It looks like it's new. Why? Because he says the grants will be for existing businesses impacted by the pandemic. How much? How does it apply? Don't know. Then the loans could be for new businesses or to start new businesses. This is incredible. So if you want to start a new business, you lost your job because of the pandemic, you want to change your life around, you want to start something new, you want to open a restaurant, you want to start a coffee shop, he will give you money and the program will pay for itself because the federal government will make money on the interest on the loan on long term. Absolutely a great idea. Great idea. Finally, the SSI and SSDI, as I said in the video before this, I said it earlier today, and I'm going to continue to say it. He specifically, in his transition paper, says, I have a lot of bills I got to do. And I've been saying since October, November, December that SSI, SSDI is a standalone bill. I had told you it's a standalone bill. I told you it's to fix the system. It's not stimulus. It's not a stimulus program. Yeah, it does have $200 on top of your existing benefits, and it does have up to a 20% increase, and it does have a new benchmark, but that's because the system was broken. And so he says that in his transition papers. He also says he wants the teachers to have a standalone bill, $7 trillion. And he wants the highways and infrastructure to have a standalone bill, $9 trillion. So understand these things will come separately. Finally, student loan debt forgiveness, $10,000. He also says that's a standalone bill as well. As always, there's so much hitting across the board. I'm next live on Being a Mitch, with some viewers want me to change the name of the title to you know which one. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that alert button so you get alert when I next go live. Also, like this video and consider becoming a member by clicking the member link. Calcino, VIP, Purple Power, or Purple Hawk. Stay informed, stay focused, and I'll next see you live on LALATE.